Hello, everyone. Ty Boy here from Rectify Gaming with another tier list, and today we are going to be doing a Halo 2 map tier list. Now, this should be all of the maps that have released on Halo 2 officially, not any PC maps or forged maps and other games, straight from Halo 2 in 2004. So let's start off with Ascension. We're going to start off with possibly one of the best maps ever featured in a Halo game. So Ascension, just kidding, by the way. Ascension was an interesting lopsided map. There was rocket launchers, you had shotgun sniper, and you also had the Banshee, which made it weird for a 4v4 map to have Banshees on it. But I've had a lot of good times on this, on the OG map especially, and of course it's gotten remade in Forge, and it was on Halo 2 Anniversary. We are going to be putting Ascension on S tier. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for that, but the middle spinning all the time, a lot of different factors. Just from a casual perspective, I really enjoyed it. This is based on my experience when it comes to this tier list. By the way, if you happen to disagree, just let me know in the comments. I'm glad to argue about things. So next up, we have Ivory Tower. Once again, a really good map. Design-wise, I liked it a lot. It had, once again, rocket launcher. It should have had energy sword on it, and it had it was like an indoor tree area where it had waterfalls, and wasn't necessarily like a symmetrical map as well. Another good one, but we're gonna put that in A tier. Ivory Tower was really good. And all right, on to the next one, Backwash. Now, when it comes to Backwash, this map would never be developed in 2024. 20 years ago, it was acceptable. I think it was not a good map at all. Backwash, I'm going to put in D tier at least. It could be used these days as maybe like an infection map, but as in a regular map like 4v4, I think it really wasn't that good. I didn't enjoy it. But it was one of the out of the weaker. It was one of the weaker maps. Anyways, on to the next one, and that's Beaver Creek, one of the most iconic maps in Halo multiplayer history. Now, the sad part is Beaver Creek can't be remade to where it was like in Halo 2 now because gameplay mechanics have changed, there's sprint and different abilities. So you'd have to make it bigger to complement sprinting and other things, and it has been in Forge and in other Halo games as well, like officially remade from 343 Industries. But I got to give Beaver Creek an S tier along with Ascension. Really good map. Awesome map. So good. Let's go into Burial Mounds. Now, this map was weird. It had trenches and had random things in the middle. It was like an open battlefield, but like a mess. One of the big team maps, I would say. Not necessarily my favorite map ever either. I never was a huge fan of it. But it's better than Burial. No, Burial, I mean, it's better than Backwash. Burial Mounds is better than Backwash. So we'll give it like a C. Definitely not the greatest. All right, let's go into Lockout. Now, Lockout is one of those iconic maps. Once again, the Halo 2 brought to the franchise, and it was remade in Halo 3 as for Blackout. But Lockout is one of those maps, not necessarily symmetrical, but you had the BR Tower and Sniper Tower. It was probably more balanced than many other maps either way. It's an instant classic. Got to put it S tier. So far, we have Ascension, Beaver Creek, and Lockout at S tier. And Halo 2 multiplayer really brought us those times of great maps we'll always remember in the franchise. And I don't think the franchise ever got back to this great of a map selection. Probably Halo 3 is the closest. Halo 4, definitely not the greatest. Halo 5 maybe have brought a couple of good things. Halo Infinite has some decent maps as well, but Halo 2 is like the best. All right, let's go into Midship, instantly S tier as well. I love this map. It's symmetrical. Best capture the flag map ever to exist in a Halo game, at least for 4v4. Awesome. All right, let's go into Coagulation. Now, this map is obviously another version of Blood Gulch and from Halo 1 or Combat Evolved, if you want to say. I loved it. It's great for vehicle combat. Very plain, don't get me wrong, but it's one of those things where you need a big team battle maps, AV8, you need Chaos. Coagulation was great. We're going to give it an A tier. Awesome map, don't get me wrong, great map, but for me, it's an A tier map. All right, let's go on to Colossus. Now, this map was interesting, and not necessarily The greatest map I've ever played. I remember playing it, never played a ton of it, and it never really got remembered in when you talk about Halo maps. It's probably a C tier. That would probably be a good way to put it. Containment, another big team battle map, and it was snow. Getting snow maps in Halo was a rare thing for some reason. Snow maps are underrated. One of the best types of maps across any type of first-person shooter or racer or anything. It had a lot of. It wasn't like an open battlefield like Burial Mound, so I'd rank it higher than that. A lot of tanks, a lot of banshees, a lot of chaos, but there's like you could a lot of gun combat options, like close combat options in there with like the buildings, or like there was side like tunnels and things like that. I would give it a B tier. It's like right in the middle. Nothing great to like write home about, but it was still like a really good map. Like it was still a good map compared to today's standards, I would say. All right, let's go on to Sanctuary. I absolutely cannot stand Sanctuary, and this is my opinion. Obviously, it's a symmetrical map, good capture the flag. Everyone goes to the middle to get. I believe at the time, was it a rocket launcher? I could be wrong there. It might have been an energy sword, but each side had snipers. Very balanced map. But also a map maybe you could find spawn kills. It's an A tier map. I wouldn't put it S tier. I just personally maybe I played it too much. Maybe that's why I don't want to make an S tier. Maybe no. It was all right. It was okay. So I think the next one here is Desolation. This map isn't the greatest. I mean, it's nothing to really remember about. We'll put a C tier. I don't remember playing it too much. I do recognize the map though. But next up is District. Now this map, let's see. This is not a Halo map to me. It wasn't my favorite. I mean, I would love it on New Mombasa from Halo 3 ODST, but I don't know. We're gonna give District a D tier. Not the biggest fan. All right, so next up we have Terminal. Now, Terminal's really cool. It has a moving train constantly. You get splattered by it, which is awesome. So, I would rank Terminal like B tier. I really like it. Not the greatest, but really fun for casual play. Next up we have Tombstone. Now, this one was remade in Halo before. I liked it. You had like these upper areas to walk around. It was weird, but like if you went down to the bottom, you're basically screwed from the people shooting from up top, and like it's kind of like a death trap almost. You kind of have to be on the perimeter of the map. I know now this is a type of map that would be you would like. Yeah, this was definitely developed 20 years ago because now nothing like this would ever happen. But Tombstone, I'll put B tier. Definitely good. Definitely a good map. What's next here? Turf, another one of those maps. Oh wait, yeah, Turf, another one of those maps that I couldn't really care less about. I'll give it a D. Next up, Elongation. Now, this map is so small. It's like chaotic. You could probably, I think you could see like where the other team spawns like across the map. There's like basically two rows and some cover, but definitely one of those maps that you just casual. I mean, I'll give it let's see. I'll still give it a C tier. Let's see what's next. Let's see what we have here. Foundation. I hated this map. I'm gonna give it an F. Foundation wasn't really a greatest map. It's almost like Tombstone in a way, but I guess a little bit different. There's nothing to me. I don't like. There's nothing in the middle of the map that I really remember. I just remember being on the outside. Yeah, there's turrets. There's like rocket launchers and things. Nothing was really crazy. Nothing like stood well with you. Wasn't like a classic map, right? So yeah, we're gonna give that an F. We gave that an F. All right, let's go on to Uplift. This was another big team battle map and probably one of the more underrated big team maps in Halo history, if not just for Halo 2. Something about killing people, killing Spartans in killing enemies in the water was something great. You could drive through it, walk in it. It was something really cool, and you had like this big bridge that goes into that one singular building where a lot of grenades are probably being tossed and things like that. Definitely an underrated map. We'll give it an A. Uplift was excellent. All right. Next up, we have Gemini. Gemini was okay, but we're going to give it an F tier. We have Midship already. We don't need Gemini. Okay. Next up, we have Warlock. I mean, I'll give Warlock another smaller map. I'll give that a B. It was pretty good for its time. Yeah, I mean, it was remade a lot. Actually, it's not a awful. They have the teleporters everywhere. Let's give Warlock an A. Actually, I changed my mind. I it's been a while since I played that original map. Obviously, it was remade with the Halo 2 anniversary and Halo and the Master Chief Collection. Okay, Waterworks is up next. Now, Waterworks is probably my most favorite, at least top 3 favorite big team battle maps that came out of Halo 2. It's just really good. Overall, I remember we had the Wraiths killing, you could kill each other with the Wraiths or the Banshees, things like that. Just like it had everything that you wanted. The big team, it had the option for vehicular combat, and then just straight up BR combat, close quarters combat. I love big team battle maps that offer that. So we're gonna put that in S tier. I think Waterworks is definitely an underrated one. Okay, Headlong is another S tier big team battle map. One of my favorite maps of all time. If you asked me my most favorite Halo maps of all time, Headlong is top 5, no doubt. There's something about the aesthetic of it I love, like all like that broken highway and things like that. And probably I like the map a lot because I did get a couple perfections on this in the past using the Warthog. And obviously that was also like on the Halo Reach version. But I remember playing like custom games on Halo 2 back in the day when Halo 2 was still in its prime, even though I was a young lad, but it was still solid. It's a solid map. Just basically a whole construction zone. Underrated indeed. So lastly, we have Zanzibar. Now, Zanzibar turned out into Last Resort in Halo 3, but this is the Zanzibar. Is Zanzibar S tier, A tier? It's basically the same thing as Last Resort, but maybe a few other different things. It's really good, but it's probably an A tier. And there we have it, guys. There's the Halo 2 map tier list. If I missed out on a map, let me know in the comments, but I'm solid. I'm like 100% sure these are all the maps, if not the more notable maps anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments of this tier list. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.